Hello everyone. We were off to Jasper National Park for the weekend. It was a beautiful day in the fall and it was early October when we came. As you can see, we were able to take the fast lane through the entrance gates. If you come to national parks often, I highly recommend that you get a parks pass. Especially at parks like Jasper, where the lineup at the main entry gate can be kinda long. We had actually planned to be here in early September, but our trip had been cancelled due to a forest fire that occurred after a lightning strike. This happened on the Cheaton Mountain, which is near the Yellowhead Highway. In these images, although the park and town of Jasper were reopened, you can still see smoke in the area where the fire was still active. When the fire first occurred on September 1st, it also cut power to the town of Jasper for several days. If you look closely at this image, you can see the power lines that supply the town of Jasper and the fire damage in the hills that surround it. During normal times, this is a popular stop for tour buses. In the fall, the Athabasca River gets fairly low and people can walk on the mudflat, which seems to be fairly popular with tourists. I should also mention that this video is the first in a short series where we would explore some of the areas of Jasper Park. We had found this large tree that was now driftwood. Gives you an idea of how wide and strong the river can become in the spring months. Our goal before heading into town was Maligne Lake, which can be accessed along the Maligne Lake Road, which is a distance of about roughly 44 kilometers from Highway 16. The road takes you into the mountains and follows the Maligne River, giving beautiful views. Halfway up, we decide to stop at Medicine Lake, which as it turns out is a bit of a unique lake as it disappears in the fall and the winter, the reason for which I'll show in a moment. And as you can see, it has some of the best mountain views and is a popular stopping point. So popular in fact that the parking lot can become quite full, so please watch when you're driving through this area. In the distance, we seen a bald eagle's nest in a tree, so we set off to investigate the area. And it also gave us a chance to walk along the lake and see more of it. And as we walked around, we started to see more clues as to why it was called a disappearing lake. Our first clue was these rock-cut basins, which are formed by powerful vortices in the water. And here you can see that the water goes underground and will go through a cave system, finally emerging downstream at Maligne Canyon. I'll put a link at the end of this video which shows our visit to Maligne Canyon on a previous trip.
Yeah, I'll find out.
Unfortunately, when we got near the nest, we could see no bald eagles, and it appeared that the nest had long been abandoned. But the scenery had made the walk out well worth it. We decided to walk down to the lake one more time to take in the spectacular views. It's hard to believe that in the 1950s they proposed a dam here to run a ferry service. Thankfully, it was never built. On our way up to Maligne Lake, we could see the floodplains of Medicine Lake in the upper reaches, already well drained. We arrived at Maligne Lake and were greeted by a raven. We also found some signage warning of wildlife in the area. After some lunch, we took a walk on the lakeside portion of the Mary Schaefer Loop, which gave fantastic views of the lake surrounded by the mountains. They also have boat cruises on the lake, but we did not partake as it was getting late, something for next time. We continued our hike to see what we could find, and we were not disappointed. Taking images was a must. While there, we did investigate the boat cruises, and there are currently 3 types running at $77 each with online booking. I hear they're fairly popular, so please book well in advance. We took some last looks before heading to Jasper and our hotel. In an upcoming video, this area is where our trailhead will be for a backcountry day hike to Bald Hills, so please watch out for this video in the future. In town, we searched for our hotel. We had seen many beautiful things, but it was time to check in. We unpacked and settled in, but our bathroom was a bit unique.
Holy crap.
I think if they have the same design, so they're gonna hear them every time that they're done.
Oh my god.
Oh, I'm out of water now. Holy crap, that's
I
machine.
think that's this that's making that noise.
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
So yeah, we're all gonna hear each other.
I will say that we stayed 2 nights and people tried to keep these bathroom doors as quiet as possible, so it wasn't too difficult getting a night's sleep. It was true, the lock on the bathroom door did not work. After we went over to the park's visitor center for some info on our hike to the Bald Hills, as some of the roads were already being closed for the winter. And now it was time to explore the town. Along the way, we found this Native American craft store, which had a fairly large amber collection. This one, I believe, was $90,000 if you're interested. We found ourselves a restaurant and finished the day with a great meal. Hope you guys enjoyed that. As I said before, stick around because there's more videos coming.